Richard is on the 10th edition of his book because as more and more information, scientific knowledge, and success stories come to light, he updates his book. And, you know, it's a free download. You can buy hard copy at Amazon or at his store, but it's a free download. It includes the diet, includes protocols for every area of your body, your house, your clothes. It's an amazing reference guide. And he wrote it because of personal experience. He went through this. And, you know, I just want to say he created this diet. He started with an elimination diet, and he started with just eggs, and he slowly added foods. Now, I have said that almost every week, but that does not mean that when you go to stage 1 of the diet, all you can eat is eggs. Richard did all the research, and there's lots of foods you can eat on stage 1. One of the things we're going to talk about is some recipes for Thanksgiving, possibly. And so, you know, he took the time. He took the time to figure out what things caused reactions from what parasites. It's really specific, really, really specific. So I encourage you to get the book, read the book, use it as a reference, fill it with Post-it notes if you have a hard copy. And if you have questions, you can email Richard every day if it came to that. Only 3 questions a day, and he will respond. He has a questionnaire you can fill out. He's there to help. And he does this call, and I think it's wonderful. And so here is Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites.
Thank you, Robin. Welcome, everyone, to the Morgellons event of the week. This call is being recorded in video. Everyone except Robin and I are on telephones, but it will be posted on YouTube. This is November 22nd, 2020, and you can go to our channel and subscribe and watch the video. And if you missed something or you tuned in late, of course, that makes sense. If you're tuning in late, you're not in yet. But you can always go back and review the call and get the details. These calls get very detailed. The questions get very specific. Our answers get very specific. We don't just give you a pat answer. And so there's a lot of information. And at the conclusion of this recording today, later on tonight, you'll get a recap of the call. And it will be posted. So within a few hours, you can go and look at the call, and there will be an outline, and the outline is rather detailed, so you can go down the outline. It's like a table of contents, and if you miss something, you can pretty well go to that area of the call and listen to it. What's the subject today, Robin? We always start out with a subject. What super holiday is coming up? Thanksgiving. Yeah, today we got 1 month and 3 days before Biggie Christmas, and we just got 4 days before Thanksgiving. And I know for me, Robin went through a little bit about an explanation of how I discovered the diet, and actually I had no choice. It was either suffer or figure out what the diet was about. So it was a labor of survival, and I made notes, and it is very detailed, and this program is based on that diet. It is the crux of the program, and I don't know if you think you can get your life back without the diet. Well, good luck. I don't know how to help you. Don't ask me any questions because I won't know. So unless you're on the diet, I don't know how to be of any value. Not to say that there's not something else that you can do to get your life back. I don't know. So it's the crux of this program. And I know for me personally, even though I was working with a diet, holidays were the killer, because I would always end up straying away from the diet to eat those cranberries or something, you know, and suffer for a week or two until I got things back in order. And because that's what happens when you mess up the diet, the parasites let you know. They reward you with itching and biting and activity and misery. So the more effective you are at sticking with this diet, and fortunately for us, Robin is a great chef. She has shared many of her recipes, and I sent them out a few hours ago. And look through. I hope that some of you have had the opportunity to look through those recipes, and this is an opportunity for you to share or ask questions of Robin about the recipes. And also, it's an opportunity because we have holidays, and Morgellons is rather isolating in nature. And if you're only in this program for several months or so, you're going to begin to feel the isolation around holidays. So have you been preparing how to deal with your holiday, how to do something for yourself to celebrate the holiday, yet stay on the diet and not infect family members? Of course, COVID-19 makes it a little bit easier this year because all the governors are saying, hey, don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. Just stay home, do your thing, don't expose your family, which is probably good advice at this point, because we don't want this holiday to be another super spreader. We've had enough of them with all kinds of rallies over the last few months, political rallies. So it's a good opportunity. Now, I would like you to, you have Robin's number, text her questions, and if you like to share, text Chris or call Chris, and he will open the line for you. So let's start with anyone who would like to share how you're planning your holiday. Hey.
I would like to.
Okay, Robin, how are you doing it?
So my family, there's an echo. If you turn your sound down a little bit, Richard, I think the echo will go away.
No, I don't have that luxury.
Oh, okay. So my family is like Boston, Connecticut, New York, Virginia, and we are going to do a Zoom Thanksgiving, but we're each going to cook our own meal, set the table, sit down, and then have a Zoom Thanksgiving where we all eat together, we share our Thanksgiving traditions, we go around and say what we're thankful for, but we're all in our own setting with our own food and our own homes. And I'm really excited about it because it's going to make it easy to diet, for one. And it's going to keep my parents safe who are in their 90s. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to get to, see my kids and everyone in my family, but we're all going to be safe. So that's what I'm doing for Thanksgiving.
Great. Anyone else like to share? Anybody text in or?
I do have a couple of questions which kind of relate to Thanksgiving.
All right, let's go.
From AC in Florida. The first question, she has 3 questions. The first one is, if she leaves for the Thanksgiving weekend, which is a scary thought, no offense, but if she leaves, what should she bring to make sure she does not spread it to other environments? So I can tell you what I did. I recently, at the end of September, because I am, still dealing with an infestation, I drove 10 hours to Virginia to visit my son and my new grandson and his family there. And I stayed in a hotel. I did not stay with the family. I brought my ammonia spray, my neem oil, everything that I put on my body. I brought my Nature's Gift. I brought a Nature's Gift spray. I brought pesticide to spray the environment and the car, and I spent 2 hours every morning before I went over to the house getting my body clean, making sure I had clean clothes for every day, and once I wore something, I'd put it in a Ziploc bag for washing when I got home. And when I went to the house, I did not sit on couches or cushioned chairs. I sat on chairs that were either, wood or metal, but didn't have fabric. I socially distanced, which is very acceptable right now. And I did not infect anyone or their environment. I mean, I wasn't super contagious because, I have things pretty well under control, but I took every precaution to make sure. And
did you have any symptoms of itching while you were there, or biting?
The only reason I did was because I thought my car was clear, and it wasn't, and I spent 10 hours driving in my car. And so I had been symptom-free, and when I got out of my car, I no longer was. So I had all the stuff to deal with symptoms, and I instantly did that. And then I flea bombed and sprayed the heck out of my car.
That's a very good answer. Thank you.
Yeah. And the other thing is I brought a silk sleeping bag liner to sleep in, which kind of repels parasites. I brought my own pillows, which were in Ziploc zippered pillowcases. I did not use their bedding. I was very careful. So it's possible, but that's what I did to stay safe and not spread this to other people and environments.
That's very important, because I can't tell you how many people share with me that they pick this up in hotel rooms or motel rooms. And so whenever we go someplace and we use other facilities, it's important that we do, as Robin shared, to keep from contaminating that environment. I mean, yeah, you rent the room, and you don't want to leave it so that the next person is living there or rents it is going to come down with these organisms. We want to be responsible.
Right, and the other thing is the benefit, not that COVID is ever a benefit, but they have such strict procedures for disinfecting rooms that I did everything I would do as if I was disinfecting my house, and then I knew they were going to come in and do everything right after me also.
And also, may I say that being responsible is not going to the hairdresser anymore until you get free of it?
Yeah.
And again, many hairdressers have it and have emailed me. So, they pick it up from their customers, they get it, then they end up giving it to their customers before you know it. A whole bunch of people have got it, simply because we may not be responsible.
The only time I would recommend going to a hairdresser, I used to have really long curly hair, and I just couldn't get it under control. And I finally, I put all kinds, I put Nature's Gift on my hair, I did all this stuff, and then I had them cut all my hair off. And that's when my hair started getting better. So, you kind of have to weigh it.
Right.
I have two more questions from AC. When you do leave for a trip or to visit for Thanksgiving, is there a way to prep your environment to be less likely to breed mites while you're gone? So the one thing I could say, if no one else lives with you and they're not going to be in the house, I would spray a pesticide. If you're talking mites, I would spray a pesticide like the triple pesticide in Richard's book. I found that didn't even work this time round, and I've been using flea bombs. And I would just turn ozone machines on and let them run constantly, or if you have an on-off for the whole time you're gone. That will help control it while you're gone. Just when you come back, you're going to have to like hold your breath, open the windows, and air the place out.
Well, I would not want to run the ozone machine entirely during the period of time that you're gone. That could do some damage to wiring and stuff like that. But you could put it on a timer, half hour on, hour off, and do that maybe once a day on this timer. So the protocol is to run the ozone for a half hour, off for an hour, on for a half hour, off for an hour, on for a half hour, and then off. And you could set that up daily so that you could have that, because if you're dealing with mites, the thing is you want to do ozone for 21 consecutive days. Also, Robin mentioned that she uses flea bombs. Well, flea bombs will work for mites, but they're not going to work for Morgellons.
Right.
So don't expect that flea bombs are going to get Morgellons out of your environment, but they certainly will have an impact on mites and other insects.
Right. And when you're dealing with both an insect and Morgellons, then, you know, you have to use multiple things. Yeah, I didn't mean to imply that it would deal with Morgellons. I've been dealing with, my mites are almost gone, and those were the big things. So that's a big relief. I do have another question from AC. She bought a new dryer recently, and it doesn't seem to get hot enough because it has safety features. And she can see small flying or floating bugs by the light near the front. She uses ammonia, but it doesn't seem to help. Is there a dryer that's on the market that works for mites, or do we have any suggestions for her?
Well, I haven't heard of that new advancement, but they're always improving or supposedly improving these appliances to make them less energy consuming and safer. So it's hard to say. You just have to go to the retail outlet that sells them and question the salesman about it, or read the instructions to make sure that whatever dryer you're getting is hot enough. You can also, perhaps, some of them might even have UV in them, UV lights available in them. So that would be a definite advantage as well, if that option
also,
is there. I know washing machines do.
She doesn't say how much ammonia she's using, but you could increase the amount. You could also add peppermint and tea tree oil, soak dryer sheets with that. And the other thing that I found, because I have some clothes that I couldn't heat on high if I wanted to keep, and when I used the Clorox Pool Shock in the wash, I didn't have to dry things on a super high heat because the Pool Shock killed many, many things in the wash.
Yeah, I think that's a good point there. I often use like a third of a cup of ammonia, but some people reported they need to use a full cup of ammonia, put it on a towel. And you've mentioned in the past, Robin, that you pre-treat your clothing in a tub with 2 inches of ammonia in the bottom. And I said, you know, the thing about ammonia is it's the fumes that do the action. So I suggested, I think in the last call, that maybe you put something in the bottom for 2 inches. Could be separator, could be that
was a good
two
suggestion.
Boards or something, and keep and then put a screen there and keep the ammonia in the bottom and put the clothing on top and let the fumes close it off and let the fumes totally consume what you have closed off. Then put that in the washing machine with the borax, the hypochlorite, or whatever you're using.
That's good. Okay, I have two more things. Mary Fran wanted to know, when you take chitosanase enzymes, I know you take it in between meals 3 times a day, but does it have to be 2 hours after a meal or 1 hour before a meal, or does it matter?
Well, that question came up before, and I looked it up, and they say an empty stomach is 2 hours after a meal or 2 hours before a meal. or
Okay.
3 a.m. You get up to take a pee break or something. Take your enzymes.
No, that's a good idea. I never can remember except for first thing in the morning. That's a great idea. Also, Andrea has a suggestion. You know, in the recipes there was this. It's a Slavic recipe for cabbage and dumplings, and she said you can sprinkle sugar-free fried bacon bits on top and garlic. And you can also, instead of green cabbage, if you wanted slightly different taste, you could use sauerkraut with no sugar added. And that sounds delicious. So thank
sure
you,
does.
Andrea. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else like to share? Text Chris. Get a paper and pencil handy. Write this number down. Robin, do you have his number handy, or Chris, you give out your number?
I do. Give me a second. I have it on these papers here.
Get your paper and pencil. Let's have you participate.
Yes, Chris. Chris's number is 732-272-7952. 732-272-7952. You can text or call him and say you'd like to speak. He'll unmute your line. Or if you just want to ask a question through him, you can do that. You can also text me, and I will share whatever you're asking or want to share. 413-441-5185.
We know you have a lot of questions, and we know you like to share a lot, but let's do it. We want to hear from you.
I know we want to hear from people, but I wanted to. I've been collecting jokes because I think it's really important to smile and laugh, and I wanted to share a joke with you guys, if I could.
By all means.
Okay, so I hope this joke doesn't offend anyone, but I think it's really funny.
I'm offended already.
All right, so two hunters are out in the woods, and one of them collapses. He's not breathing, so his friend calls 911. He says, "My friend is dead. What should I do?" The operator replies, "Calm down, sir. First, make sure that he's really dead." There's a silence, and then a loud bang. Back on the phone, he says, "Okay, now what?" I'm sorry. I just think it's funny.
That loud bang says it all.
Yeah.
He is now.
Right, exactly.
Some friend, huh?
Oh, with friends like that, who needs enemies, right? So, anybody else have a question or would like to share?
I didn't receive any questions from anybody so far.
Okay.
Let's not be shy. We'll be forced to open it up to everybody, and then we have feedback, and then we have noise, and then we have three people trying to talk at once. Here, this is an opportunity for you to have the floor all to yourself without being interrupted.
So while people are waiting, I'm going to share a joke.
Okay.
Okay.
So this guy was very religious, and he was praying to God all the time. And God once came to him and he said, "Okay, Chris, yeah, I've seen you doing very well. So tell me what wish you want, and I will grant it to you." So he said that I've never been to Hawaii, but I'm very much afraid of taking the plane because I don't want to fly. And I also don't want to go on the ship because I see all the ship go down and the storm and stuff like that. So the God said, "Hey, do you just realize what is the logistics that's going to be involved in putting a bridge from here to the mainland to the Hawaii? It's going to be a humongous task. Just ask me something else." So she waited for some time and he said that, okay, I'm divorced 4 times and I want to ask, like, all my wives who divorced me, they said that you are very insensitive. And I want to know why women think the way they are thinking and how to understand them, how to make sure that I'm very sensitive to them. And there was a long pause and God said, he waited for some time and then he said, okay, about that bridge, you want a 2-line or a 4-line?
Okay, text Chris, call Chris. We're going to go talk about stress management now until you guys get texting done or calling. Stress management. Well, first of all, one of the things to do to manage stress, and you really can't be stressed out if you do this, is laugh. And jokes are a great way of laughing. So a good way to incorporate your own stress management is to go to YouTube and find the genre of jokes that you like and subscribe to them and get a daily boost. Because managing stress is all a part of helping get rid of these hideous little monsters that reside within our bodies. When we are stressed out and we feel anxious, well, you're not laughing if you feel anxious, are you? And if you feel depressed, you're not laughing if you feel depressed, are you? If you feel angry at the doctor for dismissing you or saying that you have some delusions or he's not going to prescribe something for you that you've requested that is on our list of medications perhaps, well, you're not smiling if you're depressed and upset with him, are you? So the idea is to recognize that when you have these emotions, and as Robin said earlier, one of our goals is to take these emotions. We all go through them. There is not one person on this call who has not been depressed, anxious, uncertain, confused, angry about this condition. Not one person. And whenever you're in this soup of these feelings, whether they are extreme in nature or whether they are low level, like uncertainty, uncertainty is a low-level emotion that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a day until the situation is resolved. So it's accumulative. It has an impact. It takes its toll. So these emotions create stress. And the stress release is hormonal. Adrenaline, noradrenaline, epinephrine, and cortisol. These hormones are preparing your body to fight or run to some degree or other. And as long as these hormones are circulating, they are wearing down your body, and then cortisol is the hormone that releases blood sugar. Its purpose is to energize you, because if you're going to run from being attacked by a pit bull, or you're going to fight like you're in an arena in a boxing match, or fight with a mugger, you need energy to feed your muscles, and that's what the sugar is about. So the sugar also feeds parasites. They love sugar. Sugar is not on the diet. And when you have sugar, they become more active. You feel more itching, usually oftentimes around maybe where the belt is, or around your forehead area, or in your groin where there's accumulation of moisture. They love it. You're feeding them, and you continue being a walking, talking, breeding parasite machine. So the idea is to take a break from the stress, and the counter to the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight, is the parasympathetic nervous system. The release of catecholamines to cancel out. So what we do is we do a quick 2 or 3 minute stress management technique, and one that we often do and it's easy for everyone to do is deep breathing. Simply take a deep breather. So if you come to a stop sign or a light while you're driving, automatically, every time you come to a stop sign or a light, it should be a little trigger. Go off your head, do the deep breathing. Do deep breathing. Put a Post-it under your mirror. Deep breathing. That's all you got to do, right? Deep breathing, because every time you look at that mirror and every time you come to a stop sign or a light, you're going to check your mirror. Do your deep breathing. There's a PDF or a JPEG, I don't know which it is, but you can download it to your cell phone. Every time you get a message, you look at your cell phone. The background, make it your background. It's a reminder to do your deep breathing. So this is what we use to counter the stress response. And then, of course, every time you catch yourself being angry, frustrated, irritable, or down and depressed, do your deep breathing. It's a starter. Now, along with the updates that went out is a link to a free relaxation technique. It's called the Inner World of Tranquility. And I implore you, take 20 minutes, turn off your telephone, turn off anything that can distract you, sit in straight or comfortable in a chair, like Robin's going to have you do in a moment to go through the deep breathing, and listen to that 20 minutes. You will be a different person when you open your eyes at the end of 20 minutes. Okay, Robin, take us through the deep breathing.
All right. So for those of you who are new, you're going to keep both feet on the floor, sit up straight, shoulders down, chin up, and we're going to breathe from our diaphragm, which is in our belly, and it expands out when you breathe in, and then use your stomach muscles for a controlled exhale when you breathe out. We're going to breathe in from our nose and out through our mouth. We're going to breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and then breathe out slowly for 10 seconds. And I want you to, and we're going to focus our thoughts also. And I just got a question, but I will read it to you after we do our deep breathing. So, okay, so take a cleansing breath and breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold and think of something you're thankful for. 5, and release your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out that thankfulness. 8, 9, 10, and breathe in. 2, 3, and think about excitement and joy, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and breathe in with a smile. 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold and think about peace in your home, every corner filled with peace, and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and breathe in, and it's not just your home, it's every cell in your body. Hold, and it's peace, and it's joy, and it's health. And breathe out, and it's overwhelming your body with health and good feelings and strength. 8, 9, 10, and breathe in persistence and resilience and aggressiveness towards parasites, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out and thank God for something. Thank your higher power for something. 9, 10, and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and picture your home again, with nothing in it but the things you want in it. And breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and breathe in. Picture hugging your family, hugging your kids, sharing meals together, and being safe. And hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's do one more. Breathe in. Keep your shoulders down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Hold on to that peace. Hold on to that joy. Hold on to that strength in community. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you. You know, it's like we can share this with you. You know, I heard one time on the radio somebody reminding us to do deep breathing, but it's not something that happens often. It's unfortunate. It should be a subliminal, perhaps, that they have, do your deep breathing. But let me say that for some people, very few, but for occasional people who have deal with agoraphobia and panic and anxiety, that this may not be the best stress management technique because this is an internal focusing technique. And if you have those issues, you would want to use an external focusing technique. So if you stopped at a stoplight, instead of doing your deep breathing, you would just maybe crack your window a little bit and listen to the most distant sound that you can find. It's like walking in a wooded area and you're listening for a twig to break. So that's focusing externally. That will also bring about a sense of peace. Or if you're listening to music on the radio, listen to see if you can identify all the instruments that are playing. Again, that has a quieting effect. So either the deep breathing or something to give you a quieting effect like an external focus is what you do to counter the effects of the sympathetic nervous system, which, if left unchecked, will simply destroy you. It will. So before we go on, I hope that some of you are taking advantage of the texting Chris or calling him and texting Robin with questions. It's important that I go through what the FDA requires me to say, because we are talking about skin parasites. We're talking about Morgellons disease. And the FDA requires me to inform everyone on the call that I am not a medical doctor. Neither is Robin, neither is Ethel, neither is Barbara or Sandra. And that before you accept any of our recommendations or even start the King Diet, that you're to discuss these recommendations and the diet thoroughly with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health issues you may presently be experiencing. The AMA and FDA also require us to say that we are not here to diagnose, we're not here to treat or mitigate any disease, any physical disease. Now, why are we here? Well, we're here to educate. Robin, Sandra, Ethel, myself, and Robin are here to educate. We're here to educate you how to get them out of your environment, how to get these organisms. The physical discomfort we experience is because of physical organisms that are on our skin, in our bodies, and in the environment. So there are three things to do simultaneously that are important. One, we're here to educate you how to get them out of your environment. We talked earlier about laundry, how to do the laundry, how to get them out of your laundry, how to get them out of your living room, how to get them out of your couch, your living space, your bedroom, your clothing, everything. Get them out of your house. They don't belong there. They're not paying rent. Get them out of your skin. Get them totally out of your skin. If you're dealing with Morgellons, you may have several layers of damaged skin that's going to be shedding over the next few months. Now, some people, I had some guys write me this week and say, I started reading your book and I was all excited reading your book, and then I started seeing all the things you're trying to sell me. Well, bull, I'm not trying to sell you a damn thing. You understand? Go figure out what works. I'm giving you the diet for free, absolutely free. I would have paid $1,000 for that diet for what it did for me. I'm giving you instructions on how to clean your environment, and we're giving you this call for free, not charging you a dime. We're directing you how to get them out of your skin. Hey, I got my life back long before I knew we invented the word nature's gift. You don't need my soaps. You don't need my creams. You don't need any of it. Do what I did. I took scalding baths, used Epsom salts 3-4 times a day, was on the diet, used ammonia to clean the house, got my life back. It was the long road to China. Fortunately, around 2013, I discovered, became aware of this phenomenal product, Nature's Gift. I can't hide it. So it was the beginning of our store. One item is the beginning of the store. We have over 150 items in the store. The reviews are, these are incredible products, work better than anything else out there. But if you can go to the pharmacy, or you can go on the internet and find other products that work for you, that's great. I'm here to support you in getting your life back. That's what I'm here for. And if you support our store, I thank you very much. If not, I am happy to help you get your life back and live. So that's what our goals are, to educate you how to get them out of your environment, how to get them out of your skin, and how to get them out of your body. And as I said earlier, the King Diet is the only way I know. Picture a tree. A tree is a big, strong oak tree. It's got a big, strong trunk, and it's got many, many limbs, over 100 limbs. I've identified what I feel are the most important limbs, and many of those limbs are the targeted supplements that we have in the store, and the creams and lotions and gels. But there are other limbs up there. For instance, I go the route of diatomaceous earth. Some people go the route of bentonite clay. It's also mentioned in my book. So I'm not saying just do. The book gives you many, many of the limbs, and my protocol targets the ones that I found over the years. As Robin said, you each are my research team. The feedback I get from you, and through my own experience, I've identified, you could take 1,000 supplements. What is that? You could take 1,000 supplements. I've narrowed it down to 5 or 6 that are absolutely important to get your life back. So that is what we're here for, to educate. Okay, anyone have any questions?
I had a question which I did answer, but I think someone would like to know how Lufenuron and Chitosanase enzymes work with Collembola.
All right, that is an excellent question, and so we're going to expand that. We're going to say how these the medication and the supplement works with Collembola, fungus, and Lyme biofilm. Okay, first of all, the Lufenuron is an inhibitor. It's a medication, a pet medication. It's taken to inhibit further production of the substance called chitin. Chitin is a substance that keeps eggshells together. So mites lay eggs. And if their eggshell, if the shell is not strong, the organism is never going to matriculate and be born. So chitin is also in the mouth parts of organisms. So the mouth parts of mites. So it inhibits the production of organisms maturing. It fungal in nature. All fungus, candida, the building block is chitin. And it's like the mortar in a brick wall. If you take away the mortar, the wall is going to crumble. So it inhibits the candida and existing fungal organisms from growing and multiplying. It doesn't get rid of the existing mites, doesn't get rid of the existing Collembola, it doesn't get rid of existing fungal organisms. It keeps them from multiplying. So there may be die-off in the fact that these organisms are trying to replicate and it's going to mush. It's not going to build their fungal walls. It's not going to create eggs. It's not going to create the mouth parts of organisms. It creates mush. So you end up with die-off. Now, that is what we do to inhibit the further production. It's kind of like stop things in their track. All right, if we stop things in their track, which is what we used to only do, then the organisms that are existing in your body may die off on their own or go through their own life cycle and die over a course of time. To accelerate this process, we are bringing in the kinase enzymes. Now, the kinase enzymes are there to assimilate, to chew up, to break down the existing chitin that is already there. So the organisms that are already there, the mature ones, the existing fungal organisms, the existing mites or existing Collembola, it's there to go after them and break them down to mush, which can also cause die-off. We are, this week or next week, we're going to be adding another supplement. It's called under Clayonex, and it will be another aspect of going after fungal organisms. Now, I mentioned biofilm. It turns out that the specific kinase enzymes that we have, they actually advertise it and promote it as a biofilm killer. It destroys biofilm. Now, if we look at the whole picture, biofilm is a part that just about everybody who has or deals with Morgellons shares that they have. They have goo. That's biofilm. They have it in the mouth. They have it on their skin. They have black goo. They have white goo. If you look at the research that the Morgellons Foundation puts out, they find that, well, you know, if you go to their doctors, Dr. Saverly and the doctors associated with them, they don't treat you for Morgellons. They do not treat you for Morgellons. They treat you for Lyme disease through their antibiotic approach for Lyme disease and antifungals. Notice antifungals. And we already talked about what we do for antifungals. So the bottom line is the research says that if you've got Morgellons, you've got Lyme disease. And even if you go on a site, I think it's Lyme, lyme.org, you'll see pictures, and the pictures are exactly the same kinds of pictures you're going to see of people suffering from Morgellons. So one of the defensive mechanisms of the Lyme spirochete is that it creates a biofilm to protect it from any form of treatment, whether it be antibiotic or salt and vitamin C, or if you're using rifing waves, the biofilm protects the organism. And that's what this kinase enzyme goes after, breaking down the biofilm. So I think that I answered it.
That was good. I have another question. I thought you might want to go into some detail with. Can you take Lufenuron, fenbendazole, and Max 1 at the same time?
Absolutely.
Like all at once, or do they have to be separated throughout the day?
Oh, well, you can take Max 1 anytime. You can take it with or without food. It's recommended that you not take it before bedtime because it could, it can uplift you. It can energize you, and you may not want to be energized before you go to bed. Sleeping is an issue that many people have with these parasites, and so you may not want to take it before bedtime. But you can take it any time of the day, and as many as you want, up to like 7 or 8 a day, depending on what your need is. For instance, I once, while on vacation, I sprained a muscle in my thigh or my groin, and it was painful. And I took 8 a day, and within 72 hours, what would have normally taken weeks was gone. So you can take a lot. Glutathione has enormous benefit. Number one, it removes toxicity. And again, if we go back to Lyme disease, and you do research on Lyme disease, you'll find that spirochetes love to bathe in toxicity. They love a toxic environment. And if you take away their cadmium, their nickel, and their pesticides that are accumulated in your cells, they're very unhappy. And the research also says glutathione inhibits the production of Morgellons. Now, the other medication, what was the other medication, the Lufenuron?
Yeah, and
fenbendazole.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Lufenuron is probably the only medication in the world. It's a pet medication, and it has no interaction with any other substance, no interaction with any other medication. And it has no side effect. No side effect. However, it can create die-off. And if you go back in our blog, you'll find that there are probably 5 or 6 updates about Lufenuron. And you'll see that some people have sworn that Lufenuron alone brought their lives back. It can be that powerful because it does amazing things. So if you have die-off, well, it's not a side effect. It's because the Lufenuron is working. And Lufenuron, to deal with die-off, if you go back and look in our blog, we have 2 ways of dealing with die-off. One is supplement with zeolite. Zeolite you get from Amazon. And you don't get a high quality. You'd have to go back and find our blog and search for it, and it will tell you what zeolite to get. The other thing, a more natural way of dealing with die-off, is by boosting digestive enzymes. So in our store, we have 2 enzymes that are targeted. The one is fluorochore. Fluorochore enzymes are digestive enzymes, but they also have probiotics. So we don't recommend them unless you only have Collembola. I'm sorry. If you only have Morgellons, you can take them. If you also have Collembola, you don't take fluorochore until you're near the end of stage 2 of the diet. The other enzyme is agro-relief. It's also called gluten relief. So those enzymes, in addition to the amino acids, the complete amino acid formula, is what you would want to take as an alternative to zeolite to deal with die-off. Now, fenbendazole, to my knowledge, you can take that anytime. I mean, some people have written me that it's got side effects. I've looked it up on Google. I haven't really seen anything. I've asked our doctor who works with that. He hasn't informed me of any side effects. So I don't think there's any basic side effect except it's going to destroy pinworms, roundworms, some tapeworms, flatworms, and is definitely something you want to do to get rid of those co-infections and cofactors.
Excellent answer.
Richard?
Yes.
I have Marie on the line. She wants to ask a question.
Fantastic.
Maria, go ahead. Your line is open. Marie from Texas.
Oh, okay. I'm on the line, and I had a question about dry mouth. Is that a stress reaction? Is there a treatable way to handle it?
Dry mouth?
Yes.
Yeah, that's, I have to go way back in my memory banks for when I was doing a lot of work in stress management. It's not associated with parasites, to my knowledge, but as a stress response, it could be. So, I mean, the good news is drink, drink, drink. You can't hydrate enough.
Right, but you don't want to be drinking all day, or you run into the restroom and don't have time for anything else if you do
Well,
that.
it cleans you out. Plus, if it's a stress response, then do the deep breathing or the tapping, or sit down and take 20 minutes and listen to the Inner World of Tranquility. Get the stress. Start smiling. Start go on YouTube. Find some jokes or a genre that you like. Find a comedy that you enjoy. Get the sympathetic nervous system out of the picture. Get the parasympathetic nervous system in.
Okay. What's that piece you said to listen to? It takes 20 minutes.
The Inner World of Tranquility. If you get my updates about this program, I think the first paragraph offers it to you, has a link to it. It's on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. My computer is temporarily ruined by a virus, so I'm going
Oh boy.
be a couple of days to get
Too bad
that.
we didn't have the antimicrobial for that.
Yes.
Different kind of virus. Okay.
Too bad you
my
can't
sympathies
grab
go
them and
to
choke them out of existence.
my sympathies. I hate computer problems.
Oh, I do too.
Okay, thank you. And have a
Thank
great
you.
Holiday, whatever you choose to do. Anyone else?
Well,
question?
I have chosen.
Yes.
I have a question with Jessica. Jessica, your line is open. You can ask.
Hi, Jessica. Jessica?
Jessica, the last number 8739.
Sorry. I had myself muted on top of you guys having me muted. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Hi, you guys. I just wanted to say that this support group has probably, or not even probably, has absolutely 100% saved my life, because I'm just so desperate for relief and validation that this is happening, you know?
We're glad to hear from you, Jessica. That's why we're here. Keep coming.
Yeah, my second question is just like, how do you treat like the symptoms? Like, I have them in my eyes, and I don't know if it's like mites or I don't know what it is, but some kind of parasite, and it distorts my vision, like on and off. And
Okay, eyes can be very serious, a very big problem. In Chapter 6 of the book, if you go into the PDF or into the free ebook, there's a table of contents. You can also do a control search function for the eyes, and there are about maybe 6 different things that you can do. I'll go over a couple of them. Maybe Robin will share one of them or two. There are a couple of medications or prescription that have been reported to work. Some people use colloidal silver. We have colloidal silver in the store, 12 parts per million. You can put that as drops in your eyes. Some people make up a dilute solution of the body wipe. That's the nature's gift. You want to use the 50% nature's gift, and you dilute it like 1:64, like you do for the body wipe, the instructions. And you can put a couple of drops of that in the saline solution. So you need to use saline solution with an eye cup, and you can wash your eyes with that. And you want to do it frequently. One of the things that's important to remember is that when you're in this fight with these mites and these organisms, is that you want to be aggressive. It's like if you're driving somewhere, you never take your eyes off the road, do you? You keep your eyes on the
you want me to answer that honestly?
So bad question to ask you. So you want to keep your eyes on. You want to be aggressive, so you don't do the eye wash or the clean of your eyes just once a day. You do it maybe every 15 or 20 minutes in the beginning, and to get them cleaned out. You have anything you'd like to add to that, Robin?
Yes. So you definitely want to do it every 15 or 20 minutes, and it can take 3 days to get your eyes clear. I had terrible time with my eyes, and I went to the eye doctor, and he gave me an erythromycin antibiotic eye cream, which really helped a lot, but it would come right back because whenever I attacked my environment, they would go right for my eyes. They would attack me back.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that worked for me the best was the spray with the Nature's Gift, shutting my eyelids and just doing around the eye, and then using 100% colloidal silver in the little eye wash glass and washing my eyes. You can fill the eye wash glass, and you don't have to keep refilling it. You use it till it's empty, and over and over, and just dip your eyes in it every 15 minutes, and then it would drive the parasites out of my eyes, but then they would go into my face and the area around my face, so I would put Vaseline all around my eyes, because it would just kind of smother them and stop them in their tracks when they were driven out of my eyes. And within 3 days, my eyes cleared up. It was amazing. And anytime they start getting bad, I just do that for a day or less, and they're fine again. So.
And can you use that whole same regimen, like the same products on your hair? Because like my hairline is constantly under attack.
I would use 100% Nature's Gift on your hair. I found that to be really helpful, as well as spraying with like the enzyme cleaner, or making a spray with Nature's Gift that you take with, anytime you feel activity in your hair, you just spray the heck out of it with a Nature's Gift spray or the Clean 'em Up Zyme spray. Yeah.
Yeah, there are different things that you can do for your hair if they're getting into your scalp. Ethel, are you on the call? Ethel is experienced with this. Ethel?
Ethel is not on the call, Richard.
Okay. Well, basically, you can make up a paste in the palm of your hand of like 3 or 4 different things. So we have Nature's Gift shampoo, either foaming shampoo or the regular shampoo. Add to that some of the Super MSM gel. Add to that a few drops of peppermint or clove oil, or both. Add to that some of Claudia's Dream Cream, and make a mixture and just massage it into your scalp. And then put on a bathing cap. The idea is to keep your hair wet just like it would be in a bathtub. And sleep overnight with it wet and saturated. Clean it out in the morning, wash your hair, use a fine-tooth comb or whatever to get the debris out of your scalp and out of your hair. and do it again in the morning.
Okay.
If you're going out and you don't want to be wearing the bathing cap in public, Ethel found these cancer caps on Amazon, decorative, that you can buy and put over your bathing cap. And so do that several, like 2 or 3 times during the day. Be prepared to do it for up to, 2-3 weeks. Each day, you might find that eventually you'll get down to doing it once at night and once in a day, and then only at night as time goes on. But even do it when you feel nothing. Even do it then.
Okay.
And
I think the rule is, even if it gets better, if your house isn't clear, it's easy to get reinfested, so you want to keep doing it.
And you want to make sure your pillow is disinfected and clean, because you don't want to get reinfected. Do all this hard, good work, and then have them crawling under your bathing cap from your pillow, an infected pillow.
Right.
Right. That's why I use zippered vinyl pillow covers, as well as zippered vinyl mattress and box spring covers if you have a box spring.
And we were talking about the eyes. I don't know about you, Robin, but I remember I had floaters in my eyes the size of magnets.
Yeah.
So it's typical to have these tremendous floaters.
And they get better as your eyes get better. Even though
the floaters
eye
are
doctors
gone.
say they'll never get better, but they do.
Yeah, they go away. I have to look real hard to find a floater anymore.
Right. Right.
Forgot about them.
I had them so bad when I first got Morgellons that I couldn't tell if there was stuff in the air around me or if I had like things in my eyes. I was like,
it was scary as hell.
It was.
Scary.
It was.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else, Chris?
Nobody can.
Nobody else?
No.
Nobody else texted in?
No, not yet.
All right, we have to do what we do when we fail, and that is open up the lines to everybody.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right.
I just have to say I have these things that zap. It's like zapping in the air.
Well, there are, according to Britannica, over 40,000 different species of mites. It doesn't matter what they are. They need to be taken care of. That's one of the advantages of having an electrostatic sprayer, if it's affordable, is that when it goes in, when you spray it into the atmosphere, the particles will adhere to anything that's zapping around. It will get rid of them much more effectively than if you're spraying into the atmosphere.
Okay.
And also, Collembola can do that too.
What?
What?
I said Collembola can fly around in the air too.
Well, they float. They don't fly. They actually.
Well, they're not really flying. They're just
they float in the wind currents.
With purpose.
They're not nearly as a big a problem as these mites that have the ability to fly and zip around.
Right.
Well, has anyone seen marks on certain parts of their house, like a line with gray matter, like I don't know how to explain it. Were they hit, I guess? I don't know.
On your body or in your house?
On my roof, right above my head, on my ceiling, and then like on my refrigerator, and they even got into my microwave, which I don't use anymore, but it's just like they're, I don't know, eating everything alive, actually.
Well, there are some that actually are reported to eat into countertops and into
metal,
and that the best oil for that would be the red cedar oil. To coat whatever they're getting into or wherever they are with red cedar oil. It's also in the store.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that. I'll have to order it. I've been using vinegar. I just poured vinegar on my floor and wipe all handles down with vinegar because I just
we also have the Benefect Thyme disinfectant in the store. We have the Mediclean disinfectant, which is less expensive than the Thyme. So we have a lot of disinfectants. The triple pesticide is identified in the book. As Robin said, you have to be aggressive. You have to change things up. If it's mites, it might be a simple bomb. You may have to just set off some bombs, flea bombs, and get rid of them. So now this is where you want to keep a diary, because you're going to be trying different things until you find the right thing or combination. So you want to keep a diary of the things that you do. You do the flea bomb, and you write down when you did it and what the effect was. Do you find the organisms laying around? How long are they dead? Do you need to do the flea bomb every day? Do you use this disinfectant? Change it up. So this is where you're going to want a diary, and everybody has to figure out how to disinfect the environment. We have all of the things that you need listed in Chapter 3. The key is to figure out which ones you need to make work.
Yes, you need to nail them, and I got to clear my space out so I can get to them.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to disinfect my enzymes.
Have you ever, I mean, seriously, do you ever hear, like, sometimes I saw, like, something go up my curtain when I exhaled? It was like, what the heck? And you hear a zap. And my dog even hears it. It's like there's a zap.
Yeah, I surmise you're some kind of mite that you're just going to have to figure out how to get rid of it.
In some areas, there are exterminators that know how to deal with mites, and they help tremendously cut down the mite. But most exterminators do not know how to deal with mites. So
exterminators are a pig in a poke. It could be a big waste of money, or it could
like
be
a doctor. Just like a doctor. Whoop.
Yeah, but the ones that do know how can be very helpful. It's just that they're few and far between.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, I have a very small. I could douse it with a bunch of flea bombs and try.
Yeah, but it's not going to be. Nothing is going to work one time. It's going to be something you do consistently over and over for probably months.
Because they have a cycle that they go through with their eggs.
Right.
21 days would be the longest cycle. Although, if you mess up or don't do it a day, then you might have to go another 21 days.
And it also depends on how bad the infestation is. You know, they burrow. They're teeny, teeny, tiny, and they burrow so deep, it can, it can take months. It can take months.
Right. In some cases, you're going to have to apply the red cedar oil on the surface that's being affected. So, good luck.
Well,
let us know how it works out for you.
Can you spray the red cedar oil, or is it a wipe-on thing?
It's a wipe-on. I would wipe it on, apply it. You could probably spray it, but treat it like an oil. Yeah, I haven't gotten any. I didn't know where to get it. I looked on Amazon. I didn't know where to get it, but I'll go back to your... It's in our store. Go to the part of the store about oils.
All right. I just went there today to get colloidal silver, which I've never taken orally, but I think I may. Is that beneficial?
You can. I don't know how helpful it is, but it definitely helps just using it on your eyes.
What's the question?
And taking colloidal silver orally, and orally.
Yes. Many people take it orally. Just use a plastic spoon. Do not use a metal spoon.
Oh, really?
Yes, a metal spoon. You mess it up. Use only a plastic spoon.
That makes sense. Okay, I got that. I've been using it for my eyes.
Yeah, that's good. Good to use the eyes. So it's in the store, 12 parts per million. It's very economic.
I just ordered it. I just ordered it today from you. But because I might be getting low. But I've been using.
Yeah, I saw you ordered.
The other thing for the mites that you could order from Richard's store is that, what is it, the Metaclean or the I forget what it's called, the two disinfectants.
Metaclean.
Yeah, they will help cut down on the mites in the kitchen and the stuff that they've gotten into. They will help. I have a question about what do you suggest to put inside nostrils for when your nose is infested? I recommended Nature's Gift, Vaseline, or Vicks, or a combination.
There's some feedback, Chris. Can you get rid of that?
Hi, Sugar.
I have opened everybody now.
Oh, everybody's open?
I know.
Okay, this is how we suffer.
And I do appreciate your apology.
All right.
I will let everybody else know that Alex...
Well, what about the person
If everybody just mutes themselves, if everyone that isn't speaking mutes themselves, like when you're done speaking, put yourself on mute, all that background will go away.
Help. Yeah.
As a friend.
There's someone who has someone talking in the background.
I'm going to mute them soon.
All right, mute them, please. Thank you.
Okay, Richard, did you hear the question that I asked?
No, refresh me.
Someone texted me, what do you do for your nose, inside your nose?
Basically, you could use the Nature's Gift diluted on a Q-tip, or you could use some cotton and saturate it and put it into your nose. Do that with your ears. It's typical these things are in your sinuses, in your ears, your nose. So, and if you like some, to put in, to add some essential oil in a small quantity, because you don't want to use a lot of essential oils. It could burn your sensitive membranes. So you want to be very careful about the amount of essential oil that you might add. That would help too. What do you think?
I wouldn't use essential oils in your nose. I think it would be okay in your ears. But, yeah, I recommend the Nature's Gift. I recommend Vaseline or Vicks. Anything that has menthol in it, they don't really like. So those things have been helpful to me at times when I needed them.
Okay, anyone else have a question or like to share?
Everybody's muted, Richard.
Hello.
Yes.
Yep.
Hello. Does anybody feel like if they're in your sinuses, can they go to your brain?
Well, the idea is the diet. And,
right.
Can they go to your brain? I don't really know. I mean, they can affect every organ in your body, but the diet is what starts cleaning them out. So that's what you want.
Has anybody experienced a huge amount of like if you take that Lufenuron or whatever, that when you purge them, they purge out of your body? Does anyone has anyone had a purge out of their body from the stuff?
Well, many people do. We call that die-off. And that's what I talked about earlier, by taking either zeolite or using a combination of enzymes and amino acids to minimize the effect of die-off, because die-off can be
volatile.
It can be life-threatening.
Volatile. What happens? Have you seen things happen to? I mean, throwing up possibly.
All kinds, diarrhea, nauseousness, pain, muscle pains and aches. If you go to Google and Google die-off reactions, you'll find about maybe 15 or 20.
If you have severe reactions, you want to stop whatever you're doing and let your body calm down a little bit.
That's
with a die-off, if you Google die-off.
Let me say, if you're not, the idea is if you're doing these things, you want to be doing zeolite or you want to be on amino acids and digestive enzymes so that if you do have die-off, the impact will be barely recognizable. Probably won't even notice it.
Okay.
But if you're not on something to deal with the die-off, it can be bad. And yes, you would want to stop whatever you're doing for a few days. And the problem is if you're dealing with Lyme disease, if you stop whatever you're doing for a few days, it only gives the organism an opportunity to morph to another form and to escape being destroyed. Right. So this is why if you're doing stuff, you want to be on the digestive enzymes and the amino acids or zeolite. Given the choice between the two, I'd choose the amino acids and the enzymes because they're going to be beneficial to your body. Zeolite is only going to be absorbing the detox, the toxicity.
Okay. So what does lemon juice and salt do for you? And garlic?
Lemon juice, salt, and garlic, if you go to Google and you Google the benefits of lemon juice, you'll see probably, 10 sources telling you the benefits. It's not good for your teeth, but there are many health benefits from lemon juice. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. For me, garlic alone dealt with Collembola. I'm not saying it would be effective for Morgellons, but I was able to stave off Collembola for a year or two before I discovered the diet just with garlic. It's phenomenal. We have the garcillin, which is the stronger aspect of garlic in the store as the antibiotic, antiviral, antiparasitic, and antifungal. That's what, if you go to Wikipedia and you look up acillin, that's what you'll find the description of acillin. So we have that in the store, and it's part of the basic protocol. And what was the other thing you asked about?
I want to know, all right, fungal. So Collembola, not Morgellons necessarily means you're going to have fungal infections?
No, fungal infections, there are people who say that fungus causes it all, but that's bull. Fungus is often a cofactor, and the internal parasites are a cofactor. So if fungal organisms are a cofactor, that's why we look at Lufenuron and the kinase enzymes. And we're bringing on the new supplement, the Undeclanics, in the next week or two. So
I just ordered the kinase.
What's that?
I just ordered the kinase. I've got bad fungal problems, in my fingernails. I just ordered the whole shebang.
And when you're getting the kinase enzymes, you may want to up the amount that you're taking above what the maintenance. It gives you the maintenance dosage. So you may want to go beyond that, but start with the maintenance dosage and then work up. And then
you can also soak your fingernails in a Nature's Gift in water or apple cider vinegar. You can get a sulfur cream and push it under your fingernails, and that will help as well.
Are we talking about finger fungus? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, I've got it really bad, and I've been using
yeah, absolutely. For nail fungus, fingers, things, or toes, it's the bath. The bath with a Nature's Gift and apple cider vinegar. You may not even need the kinase enzymes or the Lufenuron.
I've been using the orange. Oh God! See, I'm got brain
fog. I know.
I've been using Hibiclens in water for my fungal nails, and they're getting better. And you know what's really weird? It's on the same fingers, my point finger and my ring finger on each hand.
Okay, up the game and up the game and add in the Nature's Gift and the apple cider vinegar. Okay, let's hear from someone else. Thank you very much for sharing. And let's hear from someone.
All right, I'm sorry I blabbed. I love you guys. Thank you.
You asked many important questions. You asked many important questions. We just don't want everybody to think you're our favorite. Okay, thank you. Anyone else like to share, ask questions? You can open up the mics, I guess.
Hi, Richard. It's Jill. How are you?
Hi, Jill.
I have a couple of questions. How many drops of Nature's Gift would you put in, like a 16-ounce spray for your hair and body?
Oh. For just general, I mean, I went over the protocol earlier, and we don't use the Nature's Gift. We use the shampoo for the hair, and the shampoo, the Super MSM gel, the peppermint, and the Claudia's Dream Cream mixture.
Right, but if you want to have a spray that you just like, you know, if you feel activity and you're out, you want to spray it on yourself to calm things down, what's the ratio with the Nature's Gift?
Well, you could use the same, the first order comes with a little pen sprayer, and it tells you how many drops to add to fill that 10 milliliters. So it's 1 to 64 is the ratio. So it's 1 ounce of 100% Nature's Gift to 64 ounces of water. Shake that up, and that would be the ratio. And you could spray that into your hair and massage it into your scalp.
I think for the little pen, it's like 8 or 10 drops of Nature's Gift to a teeny tiny pen spray.
Okay. And question 2. I have had in the past week, and it's like every single day, and it can go up to 10 hours. I have intense nausea, and I think it's die-off.
It's hard to diagnose. I can't diagnose anyway. It's hard. If it is die-off, then I recommend the whichever's easiest for you to do, either the zeolite, start that, see if that makes a difference.
I take that.
You do?
Also, when I started the diet and started doing all the protocols, I would literally throw up after every meal. And Claudia, who invented Claudia's Dream Cream, told me about Alka-Seltzer Gold. Not regular Alka-Seltzer. It has to be Alka-Seltzer Gold. Just take it in a small glass of water before each meal, and then once a day, and it totally stopped the nausea dead in its tracks.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Thank you.
Super. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Anyone else have a question or like to ask or share how you're doing? Your plans
All lines
for
are
the
open.
holiday?
All lines are open, Richard.
Thank you.
This is Leah in Oregon.
Hi.
So I was curious, with MSM, I've really been doing really good. I've only had like 1 spec in 4 days. The first time it's been like that in a while.
Wonderful.
I was curious though on like dosing with the MSM, because I have idiopathic gastroparesis, real bad delayed stomach emptying and gastric nausea. So I was kind of wondering, what I should do with MSM on my stomach, maybe, just to make it easier for myself.
Oh, you're talking about taking the MSM capsules?
Yeah, or, if there's a better way of eating it and something, if I could tolerate it. But ginger, I know is great for nausea. I just don't know what would be the best option.
I really am unfamiliar with the medical issues that you're dealing with. And all I know is that MSM is organic sulfur. It's a part of every cell of your body. To me, it's very much like asking me the question, would taking Max 1 be a problem? Because Max 1 boosts glutathione. It's also in every cell of your body. So I don't have an answer for you. It just doesn't seem that to me it would be an issue. You'd have to experiment and try or research.
So I wanted to question, this summer, I experienced something really interesting.
I don't know if I got one or two people on the line now. Hello?
Try again.
All right. So this summer, I had it in June where I had everything under the sun hatched out of my body, on my body, out of my body, and it was awful. I felt like I was going and walking through cobwebs, like an electromagnetic field. And, I hallucinated like these firefly type images. And I wanted to know, like, what would have been my best bet back then to zap all of these symptoms in the bud. That was extreme. Like, what I mean, like maybe a parasite cleanse. I mean, I really started. Right.
The diet.
Outline.
Yeah, the diet. Everything starts with the diet from my world of experience.
Mm-hmm. And I had luck with colloidal silver internally during that, once I got on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then my last question, I know a woman in the UK, and she has actual hair follicles that have, living organisms inside of the actual hairs themselves, and they light up. They're bioluminescent. What would
I think that's a symptom of Morgellons.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing to see it.
Yeah, it is.
And I was hearing about like nature's gift in the swim cap idea, and that might be a good, deal for her to try.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's been breaking my heart because, I've been telling her it's a contagion to not.
You can email her the free download of the book. She can start reading it and start on the diet. It will help.
Yes, anybody on the call, feel free to share the book with anybody that may be of value for.
I will.
And if they would like to subscribe to our updates, just send me their email and their first name, and I'll be glad to add them to our email list as well.
Right.
And they can join us on our call here, too, because we have people, from Australia even on the call.
That's right.
I just talked to a woman from Beijing today who had symptoms. I can absolutely refer this to her.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I've reached out to a lot of people because I saw they were suffering, and I knew with what I was doing was working. I don't have the book yet, but I want to look into it.
Definitely get the book.
Good right now. Certainly, we'll be doing better in the future.
Are you on our email list?
I sure am.
Okay.
I have brain trauma here from the wreck I was in.
Well, if you don't have the book, email me. Just return the email and ask for the book, and I'll send you the newest version. Anybody on the call who does not have the newest version, which came out about a month ago, you can email me, and I'll be glad to send you the newest version.
Thank you so much.
It's really good.
Thank you. Anyone else have a question or like to share? Anybody want to tell us what you're doing for the holidays? How your plans have changed?
Yeah, I guess I'm muted.
No, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Maria.
Go ahead.
Can anybody hear me?
Okay. Yes.
I have a question about recommended usage on the Garlison bottle. What effect does taking this pill with a little cold water have? How does that help make the pill effective?
The Garcillin?
More effective.
The Garcillin?
Meal times with a little cold water. How does that help?
Yeah, I was unaware of that on being on the label. I don't know. So
Yeah, just look to the right of where your phone number is on the colored label. I was just curious about it, so I've been chilling some water every time I take
room temperature water is okay. I think it means cold as opposed to hot.
Okay, I just wondered about the origin of it.
I don't know, but I'll look into it. Thank you. Anyone else like to share a comment, ask a question?
This is Rita in Indiana.
Hi.
Hi. I was wondering why these things are so hard to heal. I have like a lesion on my neck. It's probably a little bigger than a quarter. And everything else is healed up, but I have this one spot that it just won't heal.
Okay.
And I've had this problem with
how long have you been on the diet?
Like a week.
A week, okay. All right, so has it kicked in?
I'm not sure. I don't think. I feel better, but I don't know that it's completely kicked in.
Okay, so then you want to make sure you're not making a mistake on the diet. It's very easy to make mistakes. For instance,
I've made a couple.
For instance, diamond salt contains sugar.
Stevia contains sugar unless it says ingredients stevia with nothing else.
Yes, we're going to have a sweet leaf stevia available on the store within a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
Or you can get it at on Amazon. Sweet leaf stevia is pure stevia. Doesn't have any additives. So number one is the diet. So 1 week is a little, I doubt that you're going to experience a lot of change within 1 week, other than if the diet kicks in, you'll notice less itching, less biting. And then again, unless the environment is being effectively disinfected, you may not notice a lot of change within a week because you may be recontaminating from the diet. When it comes to lesions, there are several things that we do and recommend. You can try them one at a time. In the store, we do have a lesion kit or deep wound cleanse kit. It consists of a more concentrated Nature's Gift with minerals, and it also has the exfoliant cream. You can apply first the liquid and then the exfoliant cream. We have nano-glutathione in the store. It's a liquid glutathione. You can apply a drop of that to the lesion. You can, let's see, what else? You can apply Nature's Gift to the lesion, even the concentrate straight, a drop or two. And
it might burn a little. But
it'll burn, yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that, yes, and I think it does help. It's helping.
You can also put food-grade diatomaceous earth patted on top of the lesion after
I tried
Nature's Gift.
And again, the key is being aggressive. Do it, every half hour, every hour. Be aggressive with whatever you're doing, and it should clear up pretty quickly within probably 3 or 4 days.
It seems to have the biofilm or some kind of clear, hard goo that forms over it. And I was like picking so much because it would like keep getting bigger and thicker. And I know that somebody else out there has to have a problem with picking. And everybody says, don't pick it. But then if I hadn't picked it, I really feel like it would have gotten worse. But you do have to be careful.
When you pick it with your fingernails, you're introducing bacteria. That makes it more of a complication. Bacteria, virus, whatever is under your fingernails. So that's why they say.
Well, I use a tweezer. And I don't know. It's become a problem. But I think it does help to know that others are dealing with it because you feel so alone and your doctor doesn't have any answers, and it's really been rough. And I figured out a lot of the same things that you have in your program on my own. But like you said, it's a long, hard road. So I do appreciate all the help.
Well, we're glad to be here for you. If you're dealing with biofilm, the other thing, again, remember the kinase enzymes. People have actually taken the enzyme out of the capsule, a little bit of it, make a little paste, and apply that to the lesion.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyone else have a question or like to share? All right, I guess we're going to have our drawing. And then, Chris, do you have a winner for the drawing?
Yes, the last 4 digits is 3639.
The last 4 digits is what is it?
3639.
Huh.
I think somebody's alarm is going off.
No, my phone, that is the line, the business line.
I don't know what that is.
3639. That is the other line people are calling.
3639. If the last 4 digits are 3639, you're the winner of this week's. You either get a signed copy of the softcover, the latest edition of the book, or you get $20 credit in our store. Are you still on the call? 3639? Is she still, or he still on the call?
Yeah.
I'm checking. Richard, give me 1 second. Somebody called on the other line.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
When you say you will give the callers a copy of the book, does that mean your complimentary gift copy?
The e-book.
Of the e-book?
Right, the e-book.
Okay.
Okay. And you can share that with anybody for whom it may be of value. Feel free to share.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, that person is not online. 3639. They logged off.
They logged off? Okay. All right. Well, let's draw somebody else. Let's make this so that they need to be on the call.
I have another alternative number, 9366.
9366. Are you still on the call?
Yeah.
And your name?
Yay. Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
You're the winner. Okay, so Chris will be in touch with you, and you can tell him whether you like the signed copy of the book or $20 credit in store. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I want to thank Robin for being my co-host and coach, Ethel for being our greeting coach, Barbara for being our buddy coach, and in a moment after we stop the recording, we'll go over the information on how to get onto the buddy list and get yourself a buddy. And I want to thank Sandra also for being one of our coaches, and Chris for handling the technical aspects of the call and doing the drawing. Thank you, everybody. Keep coming back. Love you all.